I'm devastated today. I've been trying to do this video for like the last 2 hours to compose myself, and it's been hard. Edward Van Halen meant so much to me in my youth, and to this day. Greatest American band that formed in America. Greatest band I've ever seen live. If you were there, you'd understand. If you wouldn't, I can't express in words how amazing that original lineup was live. It was, I just can't put into words. This man was the greatest. Greatest guitar player ever, and today he passed away, and I was having a nice day. I went and picked up my friend Eve, who I've been friends with her since 1983. She moved to New York. She's down here, and I took her to record stores because she was trying to find that Record Day exclusive Fleetwood Mac album, and right when we pulled into the first record store, I got a text saying that Eddie Van Halen died, and there was a little link with Wolfie saying the news that his father passed away, and at first I was numb. I didn't know what to think, and I just said, "Oh my God, Eve, Eddie Van Halen passed away," and she was like devastated, like me. So I held back tears because it wasn't hard to hold back tears at that moment because I was numb. I didn't know how to react. So we got out of the car and we went into the record store. They didn't have it. I walked to the metal section and I'm flipping through the albums and I'm not even paying attention. I probably saw albums I would have purchased, but I couldn't pay attention. And then when we walked out of the store to go to the next record store, I was holding back tears, and I didn't want to cry in front of my friend. But she knew, she said, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Went to the next record store, they didn't have it there as well. Fought a lot of traffic and so on. And, I took her back to the hotel, her hotel. Went in for a second, and I said, "I have to use the bathroom." I went in the bathroom, and I just lost it. And really trying hard to compose myself to come back outside. So I did, sat down for a little bit, and then I just told her, "Oh, I got to get going," because I knew I was about to just lose it. Because the more time went on, it hurt so bad. I didn't know the man, but I felt like I did because of his music. Because what he did, he was not only a guitar guy. I mean, this guy built his own guitars. Built his own amps, the 5150 amps. I mean, how many guitar players are like that build their own guitars? Before Eddie. And Eddie Van Halen, as amazing as he was as a guitar player, I was always impressed by like songs like Ain't Talking About Love and Everybody Wants Some. Listen to those guitar solos on those two songs. He's not ripping. He's not showing off. He's not tapping. He's not doing none of that stuff. He's playing a simple little solo that anybody can do. And it works. He played for the song. And then when he did do his wizardry, it worked. Listen, and I remember, saying online many times how he's my favorite, and some people would say, "Oh, he's just Flash." He wasn't just Flash. He was the greatest. Why don't you look deeper into it? Look what he's doing in Secrets, the song Secrets. And just the structure of his, and the acoustic playing on Take Your Whiskey Home. This is hard. This is really hard. But I think I've cried enough that I can make this video, but I'm not ashamed to say that I cried a lot for Eddie tonight. Today and tonight. It was hard. When I left the hotel, I drove about 2 blocks and I had to pull over because I just bawled uncontrollably. You know, another thing is, like, you know, after we got in the car after the first, you know, I said, let's listen to some Van Halen, and I put on Fair Warning, and, you know, Mean Street, Dirty Movies, Sinner Swing, Hear About It Later. We're listening to these songs before we get to the next record store, which wasn't that close, and they're such feel-good songs. It just felt so. It's not depressing, but, you know, when I left her hotel and I got in the car, you know, I put on the Van Halen again, man. And then A Simple Rhyme came on. It's just the intro to A Simple Rhyme. I had to pull over. It just cried. And I wasn't close to home, you know. I had to fight traffic on the way home, but I had to turn off the music. And I had no music playing on the way home. But all I can think about was Edward Van Halen, you know, and still to this moment. And I know this is going to be a while now. It's not just going to end today. I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow when I wake up, knowing that Eddie's not here no more. This is really hard for me. I mean, I went through this before with other musicians, Malcolm Young, Neil Peart, Lemmy, Randy Rhoads. You know, it all hurt. And this one hurts just as bad. I don't know, man. I'm just such a fan of music that it really affects me more than people that are like, well, you don't know him. How can you, like, feel bad for people you don't know? I've seen people leave comments like that, like when Chris Cornell died and so on. It's like, you just don't understand how music affects some of us. And, you know, thinking of Wolfie really hurt, you know, what he wrote, and I miss you, Dad, I miss you, Pop, and he was the best dad in the world, and you can tell, man, he loved his son. Having him on stage with him, he loved it. And what a talented son he has. He's definitely got the Van Halen genes. And I'll say this too, you know, Jimi Hendrix died in what, 1970, and he built Electric Ladyland, and to this, I mean, till recently, there's still new stuff they're bringing out of Hendrix that he recorded way back then. Eddie's was the same way, but when did Hendrix build that studio? Like maybe a year or two before he passed? Eddie's had that 5150 studio since, what, 83, 84. And there's been a long gap of him not releasing music, and you know he was recording. A lot of recording. There was also a failed attempt at the first reunion with David Lee Roth and Michael Anthony that I understand. So there's going to be Van Halen music released just like Jimi Hendrix, or maybe even more. 50 years after Jimi Hendrix's death, we're still getting new music. I'm not going to live long enough to hear all of Eddie's recordings, but there's so many out there that hopefully, you know, when time goes by, we get to hear some of the great music that Eddie did that the world hasn't heard yet. I was going to do the news tonight, but I'm going to push it to another date. I don't even know. I'm still numb, you know. I don't know when I'm going to put that news feature up. Maybe next week. I don't know. Just lost Mark Stone, the original bass player before Michael Anthony to cancer. Now Eddie to cancer. It's a very, very devastating, very sad day. This is a day that'll live forever with me. Getting that text message, man, right when I pulled in. Good thing I'm not the type of person that looks at text messages while I'm driving. I heard that text I got while I was driving. Waited until I pulled over. When I got there, checked. Numb. Completely numb. So I got home automatically. You know, I went on the computer. I made a little announcement I was going to do this. And this is not scripted. Well, nothing I ever do is scripted. But, you know, I made a little video letting everybody know, look, the news is canceled. I'm going to do an Eddie Van Halen tribute tonight. And took my shower, made something to eat. Then after I ate, I sat down, relaxed a little bit. Still very, I don't know if I'm ready to make this video, man. Still kind of choked up here. And I went online and I saw like this article of, there's people out there, musicians out there that are, paying tribute to Eddie. And when I saw Tony Iommi, man, because him and Tony were very close. And when I saw what Tony said, it was... I'm sorry. I'll just say, just to end this off, because I don't think I can do this. I'm just going to say that I discovered Van Halen in 1978 when my friend's big brother told me, "Come here, Ralph," and I went in his car and he played me Eruption. That's the first thing I ever heard from Eddie Van Halen was Eruption. And I was like, is that even a guitar? Then I bought it, and then bought Van Halen 2, then Van Halen Women and Children First. I went to that show. I was second row. It was the greatest show I ever saw in my life. Eddie coming right in front of me, doing the intro to Woman in Love was, man, right there. And then the next year, I went with my brother and my friend, and we saw the Fair Warning show in the nosebleeds. And to this day, I have never seen a show that great. It was a stellar production. The greatest band I've ever seen live. And if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. How special this band was. David Lee Roth, Michael Anthony, Alex Van Halen, and Edward Van Halen. Those four together made a magic that no band before or since has ever been able to recreate. Yes, there's been a trying to recreate it, but nothing came close to the original Van Halen live. And I'm talking 80s. And I will say this too. Back then, Eddie was my favorite guitar player, and to this day it still was, but I will say this, man. They never topped that 80s show. But I will say, the last few times I saw Van Halen, which was the reunion with Dave in '07, then Different Kind of Truth, and the last tour, which they were promoting that live album, I never heard Eddie sound as amazing as the last two times I saw him. Different Kind of Truth, and it wasn't the magic show I saw in the 80s, but his playing was even better. I thought he was at his best the last two times I saw him. And that is unbelievable. I'm going to stop here. I feel it's coming again, and I'm devastated. So, my condolences to his family, and Wolfie and Valerie and Alex and all the fans like me, man. I know what you're feeling. We lost Eddie Van Halen, man. I'm done.